Hey, welcome to Children's Youth Bible Lesson for this week. We got Steve.
Hey, what's up?
We got me. And we were supposed to have a special guest, Sister Bertha Jenkins. But, you know, she couldn't make it because Brother Bill got the gout. So she had to stay home and cook him some beef fizz.
Beef.
Yeah, you boil some beef, put it over ice, and then pour some sparkling water in there. It's supposed to cool you down. Miracle
Sparkling water, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. So we just let her stay at home, all right? So, you know, we start off with our year verse. And you know what it is. It's Psalms 139:14. It's, I will praise thee, for I am fearful and wonderful made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Psalms 139:14. That's our universe. We say it every week.
What's the weekly Bible verse?
It comes from Colossians 3:13. And here's a doozy, so listen up. Bearing with one another and forgiving one another if anyone has a grievance against another. Just as the Lord has forgiven you, so are you also to forgive. Well, that's a doozy right there. It doesn't say sometimes, it says all the times. Just like Jesus forgave you, you forgive everybody else. So, I done messed up, put my papers in the wrong order again.
No.
I know. So our story tonight is going to be on twin brothers, and it comes from Genesis 25, verses 27 through 34, and chapter 27, verses 32 through 33. Genesis, you remember what Genesis is?
That's in the front!
In the front of the Bible. So Steve's going to read our story, then we're going to review it, all right?
Jacob and Esau were twin brothers. Esau, the older one, was an expert hunter and outdoorsman. Jacob liked to stay at home. Their father Isaac loved Esau, but their mother Rebekah loved Jacob. When Isaac grew old and could not see well, he called for his older son Esau and said, "Go hunting and make me a delicious meal that I love. Bring it to me so that I can bless you before I die." When Rebekah heard this, she came up with her own little plan. She instructed Jacob to bring her 2 goats so that she could make a meal for her husband. Then she told Jacob to bring the food to Isaac and pretend that he was Esau, so that he could receive his father's special blessing instead of his older brother. Jacob did exactly as his mother instructed. When Esau learned what had happened, he cried out, "Jacob has cheated me." Esau decided that he would kill his brother, but Rachel told Jacob to go and stay in another land with his uncle Laban. While Esau was no longer angry, Jacob stayed with his uncle for many years. One day, God told Jacob to go back to the land of his father, Isaac. Jacob was afraid that Esau would still be angry with him for stealing his blessing. So Jacob gathered gifts of camels, goats, and donkeys for Esau. Jacob sent messengers ahead of him to meet Esau. When the messengers returned to Jacob, they said, "Your brother Esau is coming to meet you with 400 men." Jacob became even more afraid. He cried out to God, "Please rescue me and my family from the hand of my brother Esau." Then he reminded God of his promise, saying, "You have said, I will cause you to prosper, and I will make your offspring like the sand in the sea, which cannot be counted." And Jacob looked up and saw Esau coming with his men. As Jacob approached Esau, he bowed to the ground 7 times. Esau ran to meet Jacob. Instead of greeting his brother with anger, he threw his arms around him, and together they wept. Jacob told Esau, "Seeing your face is like seeing God's face, because you have appreciated and forgiven me."
So here's some facts on twins. Twins, they don't have identical fingerprints. You know, everybody's got their own set. Most twins are born to a tall mother. Twins interact with one another before they're even born. They fight with each other even before they're born. Well, Jacob and Esau, they demonstrated some of the most intense sibling rivalries ever recorded in the Bible. Later, their parents made it even worse by choosing a favorite. You know, your parents doesn't have favorite if they have more than one kid. They love you all equally. I have 2 sons. I love them equally. You know, and Isaac, he told Esau to go out and kill and then bring it back and cook it up for the favorite supper. He wanted to bless him. Well, his mother heard that and said, no. And then she sent Jacob out and said, give me 2 goats and then I'll cook him a meal and you'll pretend to be your brother. You know, and that's wrong. They worked against each other. So the other brother got the blessing and it made the other brother mad. So if you got a brother, what if you get a new toy and your younger brother takes that new toy and you can't play with it? That'd make you upset, wouldn't it?
Make me upset.
It would me too, yes. I'd scream and cry.
I'd want a better toy.
Yeah, a better one. Go back to Walmart, Mom. Yeah. So the brother left. Esau got so mad that Jacob had to leave. He was scared for his life. And then one day God spoke to him and said, hey, go back to the land of your father. You go see your brother. And he was like, God, no, I can't go back. He wants to kill me. And God, you know, he reassured him. He said, go back. Go back and see your brother. I'm going to make your family. It says sand in the sea. I'm going to make your offspring like the sand in the sea. Have you ever tried to count the sand in the sea? You know, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it washes away and some more come in. You have to start over.
I didn't even get to 5.
You didn't?
No.
You know, it's just according to how the sea's rubbed. If it's rubbed, you can't even get to 1 before it washes in and out. So at offspring, he had a lot of kids.
How many?
A lot.
Just checking.
I'd have moved out, probably. Not have been a good dad with a lot of kids. No. But he went back. He was still afraid, and he begged God, and he said, God, please watch over me. Watch over my family. I don't want to die. And when he got word that Esau was bringing 400 men with him, 400 men.
That's like one more than 399.
One more, yes. And these men were not just coming to say, hey, they were warriors. They had the warrior paint on. They had spears. They had shields. They were coming to fight. But when they saw each other, Jacob bowed down 7 times and his brother ran to him. And what did he do? Did he hit him?
Nope.
No, he didn't hit him. He hugged him. Wow. He had missed him so much and he just reached out and hugged. You know, it kind of reminds me of somebody like in your family going in the military. They leave for a while. You know, they're gone for 3 or 4 months and all that. And then they come home and see you. What? The first thing you ask them, say, where you been? No, you hug them. You show that you love them. Hey, welcome back. Give me this big old hug. Then they have to say, I can't breathe. Please let me go. That's what that's what happened to the 2 brothers. One said, please let me go. I can't breathe no more. Because they wanted to be back together.
Who's got the oxygen?
That's right. So, you know, there were twin brothers. They fought a lot. And one finally had to leave because they got so mad at each other. But in the end, God put them back together. And what happens when you fight with your brother or your sister? You don't have to be twins. You always make up, you know. I've seen a lot of kids wearing the same shirt. It's the angry shirt. You know,
with the arrow.
Yeah, you have to stay in it a long time so you can get happy feelings and all that. So, well, all right, it's game time. Yay, game time. So what did Isaac ask Esau to do? You remember what did Dad ask the son to do?
He said, run to Walmart, pick up some steaks, and cook them.
Did they have the Walmart app when he asked that?
No,
No.
but they did have a super center.
Super Center, oh yeah. If you don't remember not having Super Center, whoo, boy.
They probably don't remember not having
That's
super
right,
centers.
you probably don't remember. No, he asked him to go out hunting because he enjoyed the outdoors. Esau wanted to go out, he wanted to hunt. And his dad said, go hunt for me. Get the best meat. Make me a good supper so I can give you a blessing. Wow. How did Jacob receive Isaac's special blessing? You remember it? Twin brother Jacob? How did he get the blessing instead of Esau?
He put on the same shirt that Jacob had. So he had the same shirt on, so the dad was confused.
It was, yeah, twins. Looked like they confused him. No, you remember? He pretended to be his brother. His mom sent him out and said, give me 2 goats and I'll boil up some stew that your dad would like. And you'll pretend to be your brother and you'll get this special blessing. So what did Jacob do to get away from Esau? Ooh, yeah, they were both mad. What did he do to get away from him?
Called an Uber.
Uber. They may have called it Camel back then instead of Uber. So he picked up the phone and called Camel. No.
Camel taxi cab.
I see it. 1 up or 2. So, Jacob left and stayed in another land with his uncle. Wow, have you ever had an argument with your brother and sister that you had to leave and live in another land? Had to move to Africa, Australia, Canada. Well, I don't.
Oxford.
Oxford, that's another world right there. Yes. Have you ever had an argument that you had to move so far away to get away from somebody? How many men were coming with Esau to meet Jacob? Remember the ones with the spears and the shield? How many were they?
399 plus 1.
That is correct.
Thank you.
399 plus 1. 400 men. All coming ready to go to war. How did Esau greet his brother after all those years?
Hey, did you get the steaks?
He asked for steaks and potatoes. It was a homecoming. No. He ran out there, he wrapped his arms around him and he gave him a big old hug. He said, I love you, brother. Welcome home.
That was my next guess.
Was it?
It was.
And the steaks and potatoes didn't make it, so the hug's next?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Why did Jacob say, seeing your face is like seeing God's face? Why did Jacob say, seeing your face is like seeing God's face?
Because Esau showed acceptance and forgiveness.
He did. Acceptance because his brother got the special blessing that he was supposed to get, and forgiveness because he forgave his brother. So remember out there, forgive the ones. Like Colossians 3, it says no matter what. It doesn't say sometimes, once a week and all that. It says forgive everybody. So you have to forgive just like Jesus forgave you. So we'll see you next week and we'll go over another lesson and all that. Until then, we'll say bye.
Have fun in school!